Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Hey everybody, and welcome to The Day with Trae. I'm your guest host, Deontay Damper, stepping in for my girl Trae Holiday this week. Now, before we begin this amazing show, I need you to like, share, and subscribe to Converge, where you can learn more about The Day with Trae. We live in color, back to base, and more. Go to whereweconverge.com to know why Black media matters. It matters so much, and I really am excited to have our guest here today, who is Victor Paul Robertson, who's going to go over not just being an opera singer, but his legacy. We're talking about Malcolm X at the opera. We're talking about Rustin. We are talking about Gullah Geechee. We are talking about everything Black, but everything about his legacy. And it's all about the uplift. And I think that one of the things that I forget sometimes is how much music has impacted my life. So I'm really excited about Converge and Converge Music. Yeah, that's right. My boy Cuddy, as well as my guy Eric, have came together to start Converge Music, where we're going to prioritize and uplift our Black artists, our Black curators in this community. So to learn more about that, we needed to go to whereweconverge.com/Converge Music. Up next, we have Victor Robertson from Seattle Opera, and we'll be talking to him on The Day with Trae.
Seattle Opera presents one of the world's most popular operas, Mozart's The Magic Flute. Called an international sensation by LA Daily News and dazzling by San Francisco Classical Voice, this new to Seattle production featuring eye-popping animations is perfect for the whole family. Don't miss Mozart's The Magic Flute, February 22nd through March 9th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
Hey, what up, everybody? Truth Talks is one of the hottest shows streaming, and we're expanding. You can catch all the tea live and unedited Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and again at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Dive into the truths you need to hear, from pop culture to politics and some of the biggest celebrity exclusive.
I wrote the song in the car.
Get out the way. That was my theme song.
Set your reminder to catch us live on Fox Soul or binge watch on YouTube/Fox Soul.
My hair is definitely unique in the rodeo industry, and not a lot of girls wear their natural hairstyle. And since I do, it makes it a lot harder to find equipment that fits my head the right way. When I speak about being unique, that's what I mean is, why should we have to change our hairstyle for safety maybe? Why can't they create something for us to be ourselves in and still be safe on the trails? You don't have to change the way you look because you're beautiful the way you are.
And we're back with The Day with Trae. I am here with the amazing, the talented, the incomparable Victor Ryan Robertson. How are you doing?
More adjectives.
More adjectives? I was giving it. Was I giving it?
Never enough. Never enough. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Your resume in our community, all community, is amazing.
Thank you.
And being an opera singer, I wish I could sing. I've always wanted to sing, but I've always just been like a background or just don't sing type of person.
Right.
But I think about, when I think of opera singers, as we were talking before, I think about Marian Anderson, T. Price.
Right.
How did you get started on your journey?
It's crazy because opera really is like the Olympics of singing. It really is. And I'll get to, I'm kind of jumping ahead. I was in a group called Three Mo Tenors.
Okay.
Now, Three Mo Tenors would do 7 styles of music. We did opera, we did spirituals, we did gospel, we did R&B, we did jazz. No one was doing that. And it kind of helped elevate the prominence and just the capability that Black tenors could do well in this industry. But I got into it singing in R&B bands and rock bands, and I had a professor of music heard me sing and said, "You got to sing opera." And I was like, "I'm not doing that." So she goes, "No, you really should sing opera." And I was like, "I'm not going to do any opera." And she said, "Well, what if you just, enroll at Georgia State University? I'll get you some money and just see what happens."
Yeah.
She knew. She knows I'm going to fall in love with the music. And I did. I heard Puccini, Italian composer, and lost my mind. I was like, and then I started listening to Pavarotti, and then you hear a voice like Pavarotti, it's just like hearing Sam Cooke. It resonates in the ghetto and it resonates in the high society.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It crosses all genres. It's amazing.
One of my favorite moments ever, because I didn't think that I liked opera, but one of my favorite Grammy moments was watching Aretha Franklin.
Oh, she pulled out some Nessun
And it was
Dorma.
so beautiful.
She was like, Nessun Dorma.
I loved it. But it changed me, right? It had, oh, wow, I need to tap in. So that's how I started looking more into it.
And
right?
stuff like that, that's what I'm saying. It's so crossover things brings people into opera and they never thought they would. Okay, so I did Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. Now, as an opera singer, you'd never mess with musical theater. Oh, that's musical theater. Opera is its own thing. But, you know, once I got in there, and then a lot of opera people are like, oh man, this is great. It started converging all these different styles and genres. But also people who would come see the show, they end up liking opera because seeing Phantom of the Opera, which isn't really opera. It's really just a musical about opera, but you know, it's not opera itself.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that about seeing that on the Grammys and then like Three Mo Tenors, that gets people, we do just a little bit of opera. People are like, hey, I like that. Next thing you know, they're interested just like you were for the Grammys.
Opening up the mind. I mean, and well, I think one of the things that you're doing too, you're creating this, that you're a part of that same legacy of the Lena T. Price and the Marian Anderson. I mean, you did the Malcolm X at the opera.
That's right.
Best-selling opera.
It was the highest gross opera for the past few years. We did it last year, The Life and Times of Malcolm X, written by Anthony Davis. And that was nominated for a Grammy. We did a recording. I sat right next to Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my God, what'd you say? What'd you say?
I can't say anything, man. Come on. No, it's Kendrick. And then on the other side was, oh gosh, I can't think of the guy who was killing it that year. It doesn't matter. But I can't even believe. No, the white guy. He was killing it all over the.
Macklemore.
I know. I'll think of it in a second. But I can't even believe they had me on the same floor because I'm a classical singer. No one gives a damn about that. But we killed that recording, and you can pick it up. You can buy it online. But that show was special. Everybody came to opening night. Oprah, Beyonce, everybody came to that show, and they showed love. And throughout the run, we did 10 performances. Every Black celebrity came and saw us. It was just stunning. And then we had Angela. Oh gosh, she did Malcolm X the movie. Angela
Beaufoy?
Bassett. Huh?
Bassett. Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. Ooh.
So she did the movie.
Okay.
She was his wife.
Yeah.
She hosted the opera. I mean, so in between intermissions. So that was a great honor.
Oh my gosh. And then the historian. So you did Malcolm X, and then just recently, the Rustin movie.
Right.
Song on the Rustin soundtrack.
Oh my God, I get a phone call one day and it's Branford Marsalis, the legendary Branford Marsalis, who I grew up idolizing. He said, listen, would you like to do some songs from the soundtrack? And I was like, who is this really, Brent?
Yeah.
And he and Sting had put together some songs. And so I was heard, Michelle Obama had seen me do an opera at the Kennedy Center. And she goes, I think, because she produced Rustin.
Yeah.
And she goes, I want him to do some of the songs. So that's how it worked.
The first lady.
The first lady. Had I known she was in the audience, I may not have put on such a great performance. But I assume I put on a great performance. But obviously enough to make her want me to do the soundtrack. And that movie is stunning, So, and I feel terrible saying this. I didn't know much about Bayard Rustin. Until that point. I didn't know he was so influential. And so the backbone of the civil rights movement, and he could not be in the forefront. He couldn't even be in the back front because he was openly gay, and they loved him. Like Martin loved him. They all loved him, but they couldn't put him out there.
But they couldn't say that
they couldn't say they loved him. And I thought that was tragic. I mean, and the movie exemplifies that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it just speaks volumes to making sure that we continue to uplift our culture.
Oh my God.
Uplifting our unsung heroes. And I know that you've done a lot in the Gullah Geechee community as well.
Yeah, I'm from South Carolina, and I was
What
doing
part?
Greenville. What, are you from South Carolina?
No, I'm not.
I was like,
There's somebody there, but we ain't gonna.
Well, I also lived in Charleston, where all that history, rich history. But I was doing a festival, the famous Spoleto Festival every summer. I was doing Porgy and Bess. And for their 40th year anniversary is a huge undertaking. And one of the patrons said, listen, I really love your work. And he gave me a book of 100 never heard or seen before, turn of the century, Gullah Geechee spirituals.
Wow.
They just collected these songs. They didn't try to sell it. They just collected these songs and preserved them. And he goes, I think you should do something with them. And I was like, that's a lot of responsibility. But I had to find the right composer that can help me bring these songs to life. Because they're simple songs. Like if you look at it and it goes like, one song says on paper, keep her running, but you got to keep her running. And then you have to somebody up under it who could put jazz yet classical chords, but stay with the actual melody itself. So you're not reinventing the songs. You're just bringing the songs forward. So we did that. We've done 20 songs. University of Michigan we're doing showcase with them, Duke with opera company. Boeing Airlines has given us a big grant, so we're going to make a huge album next year, and hopefully it'll be an all-star cast. I'll get Branford to get in. I'll get a few other celebrities like I'm kind of knowing now that maybe that could just come in and lend a hand.
But what amazing! You are a cycle breaker, and you're also uplifting the young. Your resume is so much a history of also keeping our culture and uplifting the memory of our people. How does that, when you look back at that, how do you feel?
I mean, you just got to work. I mean, it's not, I don't stop and look at anything that I'm doing. You just got to keep working and keep getting better. It's just kind of like a growth mindset. So our culture obviously now is all about results before, and they don't see the hard work that is not glamorous. That's, you just grind and you just every day, how can I improve that line? How can I sing a line to you and you think, oh, that's impressive? But it's not like I'm trying to show off. So how can I do it to where I'm actually touching your heart? Mm-hmm. Like, how can I touch your heart? That resonates with people, not, oh, I'm so impressed that he can hit high notes. Yeah. I mean, that's beautiful. That's impressive. But we want to be taken to another place. Like I'm doing an opera here in Seattle, the Magic Flute.
I was going to ask about that.
By Mozart. Genius work. Wonderful company. Seattle Opera, I travel the world, all over the world, many times over. You know immediately when you step into a phenomenally run company. From the moment you step in, you're like, this is where I should be. And they're doing this actual production is phenomenal because in general, like when you're on stage, you got your settings and stuff. But this is all a computerized background. So we're up high on a door and we're sitting against a wall and it's all computerized. So that's our setting, is the computerized background. It's for kids from 7 years old to 70. They'll love it. It's just like Lion King, like Lion King would cross a lot of age boundaries. Yeah. This is one of those shows.
And when is this show actually, when does it start?
Oh, you would ask me that. The end of February 22nd. Okay. February to March 10th. Okay. February 22nd to March 10th. We're doing 8 to 9 performances. Listen, I'm going to toot the horn of the company. They picked the perfect opera, perfect scene, creative team, phenomenal singers of all races that are world class. I'm talking about the top of the top on planet Earth. You'll never hear these kind of voices all in one room. So you got to bring your A game every day.
Well, trust me, I will definitely be there. But I do want to ask, because we have so many folks, especially a lot of young singers, what advice would you give to them with coming into the field?
Well, being a performer, everybody wants to be a singer, right? So, and everybody wants to be an athlete or whatever. It's like the 1%, right? So you got to be realistic. It's the 1% that makes it. And why is that? It takes grit. Obviously, it takes a little talent. I don't think it takes as much talent as it takes perseverance and grit. But you got to know what you're doing it for. Like, some people just want to be famous. Some people just want to be well known. Some people, there's a wide range and none of them are wrong. These aren't wrong answers. But like, if you want to have a sustaining career that really means something, I think you got to really reevaluate what do you want? How do you want to impact people with what you do? And that's very, very important, especially now. It's very important. Why am I doing what I'm doing, and who am I influencing?
Yeah, and you are. And I want to make sure that we promo the Magic Flute.
Oh my God, yeah.
Especially, well, we'll talk about me getting tickets later. But for now, if you
Get binoculars, get your binoculars.
if you can do me a favor and just look in the camera and just tell us about the Magic Flute and let people know tap in.
Which it is.
This one right here.
The Magic Flute, they'll be playing February 22nd through March 10th. I'm playing the role of Tamino in this unbelievable Mozart genius opera written. And hopefully we'll see you there. You can also follow me at Victor Ryan Robertson on Instagram.
See, okay. Victor Ryan Robertson on Instagram.
That's
correct?
right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so we definitely gonna go there, and we gotta make sure we go to the Seattle Opera House to purchase those tickets, y'all. That's the main thing.
Get us in there.
Yeah. But I want to thank you so much for being a guest today on the show, and not even just being a guest, but continuing to be that legacy that our ancestors didn't get a chance to even have a space to even have their voice be heard.
I mean, the fact that I can talk about Mozart and Gullah in the same breath and give them the same amount of energy and respect that they deserve, the legendary music that's coming out. I mean, that's everything, right?
Yeah, but you are everything.
Well, thank
so I want to thank you so much for coming here today.
Hey, you're a great
my
interview.
brother. And we will be back with The Day with Trae.
Ready to be intentional with your spending? Whether you're gifting it or using it for yourself, the Buy Black card allows you to shop at many different Black-owned businesses across the greater Seattle area, like Love a Latte, Dramer Ice Cream, Motis Beauty Supply, Pizza by Ruffin, The Spa House by Queen Care, and so many more. You can see the full list of participating businesses when you sign up for your Buy Black card at intentionalist.com. And thanks to our friends at BECU, you'll save 20% when you load your card. Spend like it matters with the Buy Black card.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Empowering the community one connection at a time. ConnectWA is your partner in finding the support you need. Download the app today and experience the difference that a connected community can make. Learn more at eec-wa.org/connectwa-app.
Hey y'all, and we're back with The Day with Trae. I have to thank my guest, Victor Ryan Robertson, for coming in and not just talking about his legacy, but the Magic Flute, y'all, it's coming to the Seattle Opera House. So make sure that you tap in and experience it, because I know I'm going to be getting my tickets. I want to also shout out the Seattle Opera House. They have been doing such a great job with prioritizing Black voices and our stories in this space. So I just really want to take the time out to thank the Seattle Opera House. As a kid, when I was dancing with Pacific Northwest Ballet, we would dance there. And just to know that they are still continuing that legacy with offering, not offering, but prioritizing Black voices. So thank you, Seattle Opera House. And thank you, community, for joining The Day with Trae. I can't wait for y'all to see our wonderful show we got tomorrow. We got Dre Franklin from Build 206. It's a Build 206 day here in the Black Media Matter studio. But I need you to do me a favor today. Walk with love. Thank you very much, and have a great Tuesday.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.